Hi, and welcome back to Type 1 Diabetes Explained. Today, we are going to talk about A1c, what it is, what it measures, and how it is used. If you have been diagnosed with Type 1 diabetes, then you may have heard your doctors talking about what your A1c value is, but what does that mean? Well, A1c, also commonly referred to as hemoglobin A1c or HbA1c, is a measurement that doctors can take to find out what your average blood sugar has been for the past 3 months, which makes it a valuable tool for both diagnosing diabetes and monitoring how well a person's diabetes is being managed. But what exactly does it measure? Well, let's take a look. Your body uses red blood cells that travel through the bloodstream to carry oxygen from the lungs to the rest of the body. Each of these blood cells uses a molecule called hemoglobin to carry the oxygen, and there are about 270 million hemoglobin molecules per red blood cell. As the red blood cells travel through the body, glucose molecules can get stuck to the hemoglobin, making them glycated hemoglobin, which is just a fancy word for a hemoglobin molecule that has a glucose attached. A1c just stands for glycated hemoglobin, and an A1c test measures the percentage of all hemoglobin molecules that are glycated or have this sugar attached, which is why you may also hear an A1c test referred to as a glycated hemoglobin test. If a person has consistently high blood sugar, then that means that there is more glucose in the blood, so more hemoglobin will be glycated and they will have a higher A1c. If a person has consistently low or in range blood sugars, then there will be less glucose in the blood, so fewer of the hemoglobin molecules will be glycated and their A1c will be lower. But you might be wondering, how is this any different than just measuring your blood sugar with a meter? Well, when you measure with a meter, that will tell you what your blood sugar is right at that moment. But as mentioned before, your A1c can help you know how your blood sugars have been for a period of about 3 months. But why 3 months? Well, a red blood cell and the associated hemoglobin last for about 3 months in the body. So, knowing the percentage that are glycated allows you to determine what a person's average blood sugar was for the past 3 months, a value that doctors like to be able to see to know how often your blood sugar is in range. So, what's a good level for your A1c? Well, the A1c of a person without diabetes will generally be less than 5.7%. A range from 5.7 to 6.4% generally indicates prediabetes, and anything above 6.5% is consistent with diabetes. As a general rule, you want to keep your A1c as low as possible, and while it's unlikely that you'll be able to reach what are considered normal levels if you have diabetes, most doctors and the ADA recommend keeping your A1c below around 7 to 7.5% to avoid long-term health complications. This means that you'd be keeping your average glucose below 170. Here's a helpful table that describes the relationship between A1c and estimated average glucose, or EAG. You can also find an online conversion calculator linked below. So, you might be wondering, what is the best way to lower my A1c? Well, the simple answer is to work on keeping your blood sugars in range. Adjusting your insulin usage, improving your diet, losing weight, and getting more exercise are all steps that can help lower your blood sugar and thereby lower your A1c. It's also important to remember that your A1c measurement is only one part of a larger picture. 2 people with the same A1c can have different levels of diabetes control. Measuring your blood sugar regularly is necessary to keep track of the smaller and faster changes to help keep your blood sugars in range. Using these measurements, along with healthy diabetes control strategies, will help ensure that you can live a long, happy, and healthy life with Type 1. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day.